class? Yes. Class, class. Yes, yes. You guys are ready. Let's go. All right. Lesson 3, rates. I'm just going to read through it and I'll add some more information as I go through this page. A rate is a ratio comparing two quantities of different kinds of units. That should sound just like a ratio. A ratio compares two numbers. This is the same thing. It's comparing two quantities, that's numbers. The only difference now is of different kinds of units. A unit is simply a way to measure something. We measure things in time. We measure things in distance. So if we think about how to measure time, we might say we could measure time in seconds, how fast I can run, a 60-yard dash. I can measure time in minutes. Maybe I can run a 7-minute mile. I could measure time in hours. Maybe I can run the marathon in 5 hours. I could measure time in days and so forth. Distance, you just heard me say miles, okay, maybe kilometers, maybe feet, yards, okay. So that's what I mean by different kinds of units. A unit rate has a denominator of 1 when the rate is written as a fraction. So we have two new vocabulary words, a rate and a unit rate. Again, ratio, rate, and unit rate, they're all basically the same thing. They're just a little bit more precise in their meaning. So to write a rate as a unit rate, all we do is divide. Divide the numerator by the denominator by the denominator. Let's go through a practice problem together. Barbara typed a 15-character text message in 5 seconds. The table below shows the ratio, the rate, and the unit rate in which Barbara typed the text message. So let's look carefully at the word problem. Barbara typed a 15-character text message in 5 seconds. Two things are being compared. The character actually stands for the word or the letters. Each letter is called a character. So she typed 15 letters in 5 seconds. Our ratio, which simply compares two numbers, would be 15 to 5 with a colon, 15 to 5 with words, and 15 to 5 looking like a fraction. Okay, when we talk about rate, remember we want to write it as a fraction because it's just easier to work with it mathematically. So rate is comparing units. So look at here, we're looking at the letters she types called characters and the second she types them in. So 15 characters into 5 seconds is actually called the rate at which she can type a text message. And then finally, unit rate. Unit always means 1. So what did we do? We divided here 15 divided by 5. Remember that bar is also a division bar. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. Here's my 3. And I always put a 1 under it for unit. Okay. Now we were learning how to simplify ratios just like we simplify fractions. So the same idea could work out for this too. We can say, how do I get from 15 to 3 and how do I get from 5 to 1? Well, I have to divide 5 divided by 5 to get 1, so I do the same thing to 15. So a couple different ways you can look at that. All right, let's try a practice one together. Samantha picked 45 oranges in 5 minutes. Write this rate as a unit rate. So what two things are being compared? The 45 oranges to the 5 minutes. So my ratio is 45 to 5. I'm going to write that as a fraction. But I'm also going to put it in words because that helps me think about what two things are being compared. So she picks 45 oranges in 5 minutes. Okay, I want to do that as a unit rate. So I could look at this bar as a division bar and just say 45 divided by 5 is 9. and put a 1 under it because 1 is units. So she can pick 9 oranges in 1 minute. Okay, look at what we can do here. We can go, I'll start down here. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 45 divided by 5 is 9. So we can think about that either way, 45 divided by 5, or the numerator and denominator divided by the GCF. All right, got it? Try these problems to find out. Go ahead and try them on your own, and we'll see how you do.